Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we're back with another video. Now, guys, in this video, we're going to talk about this report from TMZ because they're saying Kim Kardashian is saying that Kanye's rant have her worried about, the kids. No. I don't believe Kim is worried about the kids at all. I think that Kim is just sitting there sipping her favorite alcoholic beverage because she's now a drinker. And I think she's just sitting there with one handfold under the other while she sips and goes through the messages and screenshots everything and compile them in a PDF file, gearing up for that court date because I do see her waiting patiently for something else to happen in order to move in and get full custody. Now, with these stories coming out here, who is selling these stories? Is it Tracy? Because Kim is not going to put anything out there that is going to jeopardize her potential of getting complete custody or primary custody. If you guys remember, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but hey, here goes. So, it was said that Kim Kardashian wanted to cut ties with her friend, Jonathan. However, she realized that too much was at stakes because they have committed too many crimes together, allegedly. Now, why would she want to cut ties with Jonathan, you might be asking? Well, it is said that he was selling stories to the media outlets. And Kimmy Cakes was not happy about it. She definitely was not happy. And as such, she was, actually, it is said that she actually did cut ties with him. But then she realized that there's too much at stake because they have committed some fraudulent activities together. And as such, she had to call it off. I don't know how factual that is, but if you guys can remember with Kim Kardashian Ruined My Life, David Libenson, it was Jonathan and Kim who, did that entire, hostile takeover of David Libenson's business, the Kimoji. He was a part of that. He was a major part of that. And when it was Jonathan's birthday, I think that was a few weeks ago, or maybe 2 weeks or so ago, we didn't see any big post on her main page. It was just a little post on her Instagram story. But to be fair and honest, she did do the same gesture for her brother, Rob, but then she posted some throwbacks on her main page. I guess she was testing the waters to see how hot it is with Rob, because Rob doesn't mess around with Kim like that, because as you guys know, if you have been watching their family reality TV series, Rob has one name for Kim, and that's you're a prostitute. Or he may say you're a whore. It's normally one of the two. And as you guys know, I think this was about 3 years to this time when Kim Kardashian wished him a happy birthday on Instagram. He was like, take that shit down now. We're not friends. We don't know what happened behind the scenes, but you know that Kim Kardashian, she loves to strike a hard bargain when it comes to bad behaviors and bad habits. So I can see her, standing up against Rob for bad habits, because it was said that at that point in time, it was shortly after there was this entire rumor on social media about Rob using and allegedly ODing. No, I'm not saying that it did happen, but I'm just, trying to connect the timeline for you guys so as to drag your memory a bit. Hope that helps. Now, let's talk about what is going on, because TMZ is saying that Kim Kardashian is worried about the long-term impact Kanye West's unhinged social meltdowns will have on their children, TMZ has learned. Kim, we can still see that sex tape, Kim. When people can say, okay, we understand that Ye wasn't well mentally, You were fully conscious. Your mental health was completely intact. Now, make no mistakes. I don't agree with what Ye is going on with, because this has been going on for like week 4 now, and it keeps getting worse. When it gets to the point of Ye calling Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids retards, whether it may be true or half true, because it has long been the discussion on social media. So whether it may be true or half true, I can't subscribe to that. I cannot subscribe to something that I know for a fact is out of place, out of line, dangerous, harmful, even to Ye. And I don't know why is it that you guys are subscribing to that kind of behavior either. This is how I look at life. Whether I know you or not, there's a line. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how close we are. There's a line. If I realize that you genuinely need help, I'm not going to be a culprit of bad behavior to facilitate your outbursts and your rants and your salacious posts and tweets. I can't do that, because I know that if I do that today, it's going to harm you tomorrow. It may seem as though it's, me supporting you is helping you, but it's not. And many people may think that, people are just coming down on Ye. There are people who are dragging him, but equally, there are people who are saying, get some help. We don't know what's going on. We're praying for you. So we cannot culture a bad habit, because this bad habit, it's going to fester, it's going to soar, and it's going to become something major that can potentially cost him his life. Even though he's over there saying that he's not afraid of death, he's not afraid of death. I'm not afraid of death either, but I'm not going to walk out in the road and not look carefully to cross the street. And I'm not going to tell people, hey, come get me. I'm not going to do that. And if someone attacks, like hell, I'm fighting you back. Like I'm giving you all that wrath. So my point is, stop being culprits of facilitating bad behaviors, especially if you care about Ye. Stop making excuses for him, right? I see people saying that it is because he hasn't seen his kids. No, that's what he wants you to believe, because he realizes that people are not paying attention. Ye has joint legal custody. Joint legal custody. That means something. Do you see how over the weekend, when Kim opposed that collaboration with North, how he had to go into mediation with her? And that's because they have joint custody, okay? If Kim is violating that court order, Ye can have his attorney simply serve Kim Kardashian with a cease and desist or go into mediation. They don't even have to go into court, and then Ye's lawyer reminds Kim of her legal obligations. If Kim says, I have to abandon my legal obligations for the safety and protection of my kids, because based on what he's, doing at this point, I don't trust my kids being around him. And Kim is not doing that. And we need to be honest with ourselves, because even yesterday we saw Ye and the kids accompanied him to his warehouse and all of that jazz, because Kim sent the kids, because he's saying that he doesn't get to see his kids. And Kim sent the kids for 2 reasons. And I pay attention to details, okay? Over the years, whenever Ye has a meltdown like this, even before Kim filed for divorce, Kim sent the kids to Ye with security. And normally she would even ask, which member of the security do you feel most comfortable with? Because they need security. And when he gets like this, you don't know what's going to happen. So it's his safety to have security, and it's the kids' safety to have security as well. So she would ask him, like, do you have a preference as which security member? And I remember the last time he was like this, and we saw those kids boarding the private jet, and Saint was dancing because Saint's love his dad. So Saint was dancey, so excited to see his dad. And Wendy was saying Kim was putting the kids in a dangerous place because he's not well. He has been acting out, and she wouldn't have sent the kids. But I saw things differently. I could see where there was a security involved, and as such, the kids would have been safe. So I'm just saying, stop making excuses for Ye. Ye has been doing this over the years on social media. Whenever one thing or few doesn't go his way, he acts like this. It gets out of control. Then he goes silent. Then he comes back, and then he tries to be friends with every single paparazzi to explain the reason why he was acting like this. And he blames everyone with the exception of himself. And this is not healthy. It's not good for him. It's not good for his image, his reputation. It's not good. I don't know why we want to subscribe to unhealthy behaviors. It's not good. I could see through when you posted that copy road. I could see through that. I'm an art student, so I definitely understand that art is oftentimes subjective and can be just outrageous or, alarming. I could see through him doing a lot of things and, just putting brain teasers out there. But with him telling us that he hasn't seen his son for how long, we can't help him. But guess who can help him? He can help himself, because he's given the impression that Kim doesn't have sole custody. Ye cannot make any decisions with the kids. If Kim opposes, Kim cannot make any decisions with the kids if Ye opposes. They have joint legal custody. And if Kim is in violation of that, the only thing Ye needs to do is to contact his attorney. His attorney will contact Kim's attorney. Oftentimes, because even now, for example, if Bianca chooses not to be in the situation and he wants to see his kids, the only thing he has to do, send his attorney a message. His attorney relays that to Kim Kardashian's attorney. It is so simple. Stop believing the things that he's saying, because it's not helping him. Because if he believes that Kim is involved in STHT, take it to the police. Why are you blasting it on social media? Kim is going to move on from this. She's going to continue to throw rocks and hide her hand. She's going to continue to be amazing. And they're going to all sit there and they're going to look at you being a hot mess. So do you want to help yourself, or do you want to take down yourself and take Kim along with you? And the people who facilitates and supports that behavior, they are also strengthening him to make things worse for himself. And I'm talking about from a mental health perspective. I'm just saying. Now, back on track as it relates to this report. They're saying for almost a week, Kanye has been going on escalating online rants about how he feels he's been mistreated within the Hollywood music industry, plus personal attacks on the Kardashians, including the mother of his 4 children. Everyone in Hollywood and in the music industry feels mistreated. We've heard that story so often, so we know it's true. But I mean, you doing this, no one is going to want to work with you. Now, they're saying multiple sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ Kim is devastated and she's worried about Kanye's actions and how they'll impact their children. Our sources tells us Kim Kardashian number 1 priority is always going to be North St. Chicago and Sam's well-being and safety. We're told Kim has tried very hard to protect them from anything that might affect their view or relationship with Kanye as their father, but they continue to make it very difficult for her to navigate this situation, and she's doing her best while putting her children first. Among Kanye's vicious accusation, he's called Kim a SD and a S worker. We know that. No. We brought the story and they go into sources tells us the issue of trafficking already came up last week during an emergency court hearing when Kim abruptly pulled the plug as North was visiting Kanye after security guards informed her Andrew and Tristan Tate were going to be at the same location. Hopefully the kids are unplugged from Kanye's social media spree, but the internet lasts forever. And that is so true. The internet does in fact last forever. Now guys, I want to hear from you because what is going on is just so interesting. So interesting. But leave a comment below. Let me know what's your take. While you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up, share, stay safe, and we're going to talk some more. Peace.